So even speakers don't speak all the time, and on the side we do something. And for me, I like to restore furniture. So my friend just brought me a old Burmese Teak rocking chair or chair, and he wants me to restore it. Okay, today's video we're going to restore a very antique Burmese baby chair. And what's happening right now is that the handle is loose here. As you can see, handle is loose. In fact, it's already come off. Okay, you can see it's come off. So what we're going to do, we're going to drill a hole here, which I made a little pilot hole. Go right through, put some screws in there, and then we're going to party it. And yeah. So the first thing we do is called a pilot hole, and what a pilot hole is, it's not the size of the original hole that you want, but because it's smaller and it's thinner, then it's much easier to drill, so that the next hole that you drill, it's going to be much easier. So that's called a pilot hole. Okay, so I'm actually doing a second pilot hole right now because the first pilot hole, who knows, when I was screwing it in, it got stuck. And when I removed this, this particular chair has already been restored once, and there is a very shitty workmanship where there was a nail there. And that's why I got stuck, because there was a nail. So I'm doing a second pilot hole, but I think everything will turn out right later on when I do the touch-up, okay? So after that, you use a bigger drill bit because this is the intended size of the screw, so that the first hole is too small. So that's why we call it the pilot hole, okay? So the third part is we're going to introduce a really big drill bit because we want the screw to the back side of the screw, this big fat thing, to be able to sit in to the hole, so later when we patch up you'll see what we mean. So this hole doesn't go all the way, just a little bit. All we want to do is to make sure this back fat part of the head can be hidden inside. So the next thing you do is to screw this in. Usually I use an electric drill. I just want to do this so that you guys can see what we're actually trying to do. Okay, so we're actually using a very big screw to reinforce the entire handle, and hopefully this screw head will sit in snugly into the hole that we prepared. Okay, so there you go. It gives a very good recess. It gives a very good recess in there. Can you see that? So that later on when we patch it up with some putty, it's quite nice. The next thing you do, you get some wood fillers, and I'm not promoting this brand for any particular reason, just happen to have this. So once you're happy, just leave it dry under the sun for a while, and then when it's hardened, you can just sand it down. So the next thing you do, you get some sandpaper, and you prepare the surface for varnishing right after this. So make sure it's flat, and if some of the old varnish comes off, that's okay, but just make sure it's flat, so when you do a varnish, you just see a little mark there, but at least it looks great. Okay, so I've got the varnish ready, and also you probably someone asked you to do use a very expensive varnish brush. I just use toilet paper, roll it, and then you just use this hot part. You should be able to varnish it. So for this case I use pine color. Okay, and then yeah, just brush over it. You can see the colors are restoring, and wherever you want to touch up, just put a little pine. There we are. So this is our final look. Not too bad. The arm's now extremely sturdy. It's not even moving. And yeah, job's done.